Hey, fight fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. Today we got a very special guest for you. My guest is getting ready, fighting in just a couple days here. Dana White Contender Series, main event, week 5, taking on Anthony Guarascio. He is Mr. Concrete. He is the one, the only Mr. Steven Asplund. Steven, what's up, my friend? How are you?
What's going on, brother? Thank you for having me tonight.
Absolutely, man. Your last week and a half's been a complete whirlwind, man. You're getting ready for a fight, get a phone call, Dana White Contender Series. Pretty cool to see what all happened here.
Oh, 100%, man. It's surreal, right? I feel like everybody that kind of starts at amateur and makes it all the way up to this point, if not further in the UFC, all kind of have like crazy origin stories, like we all kind of fought in some shady fucking places coming up. So it's just insane to be in Vegas and to be able to enjoy this time out here and knock on the door to the big show. So
Absolutely, man. You've been one of my favorite guys to watch in LFA. Every time you go out there, man, you put on a show. You look to kill. You go for the finish. You picked up some great finishes, standing TKOs, big power punches. How much pride
I
do you take in your
appreciate it,
fighting
man.
style?
I appreciate that a lot, Carlos. No, man, you know, I, uh, I feel like I'm just an awkward striker. I've never really, I don't think I have a traditional base of anything, honestly. But that being said, I definitely pride myself on my striking ability. I mean, I feel like you put me in there with anybody in the top 50 in the world, and I could fucking hold my own at the very least. So, if not, put some of these big bastards to sleep. So I've really been enjoying being able to hone my skills, sharpen them up, and always add on. So
Absolutely. You know, the life of a professional fighter, I mean, not a lot of people understand what this truly is, right? I feel like a lot of us, we see the big names on TV, the Stipes, the Joneses, the Habibs, and they see the fame, the glory, the fortune, the girls, all this stuff. Battling it on the regional scene, man, a lot of guys have to have that 9 to 5 job. You're staying up late, you're waking up early. Some guys are losing money doing it. You have to miss birthdays, weddings, Thanksgivings, dinners. You sacrifice anything, everything, just for maybe the chance to fight on a big show. You're knocking on the door of the biggest MMA promotion in the world right now. What's made you stay with this journey, man?
oh man. I, I don't know how many people I feel bad kind of making it like who I am, but I used to be 500 pounds, bro, and this is like this is just surreal. I love this shit. I can't believe that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And um I'm just grateful. It makes it easy to stick with it when you have a couple of wives, like my beautiful lady. She's been super supportive, Elizabeth Mauricio. I don't know what the fuck I'd do without you. And then my daughter, man, like I got a 3.5-year-old little girl. She's just a little fucking perfect ham, man. And I want to make sure that I can at least try to give her the best life that I can afford to. And I lost all my scholarships in high school because I was a fucking idiot and I didn't take school seriously. So I ended up being a high school dropout, fucking gaining a bunch of weight. And now I feel like I found my purpose, whether or not it's to inspire a couple of kids along the way and just, let anybody else believe in themselves. I'm happy to do so. And that's what I'm built on this earth to do. God put me here for a reason. Let's go fucking show up and show out, huh?
Absolutely. You know, I think mixed martial arts is such a wonderful thing, obviously, from the competition aspect. But so many fighters have told me mixed martial arts has changed their life. You know, it invokes different skills, disciplines, morals. How have you evolved from being in this arena?
Oh man, a lot of people that know me would say that I kind of live my life in chaos. Just with, if it's not one thing, it's another. Something's always going on, some bullshit's always going on, and this is just giving me a new perspective on like how to react to things. And not everything deserves your energy. Not everybody deserves your energy or time. And this is a really selfish sport. And I've unfortunately had to learn that at some pretty pivotal moments in my career. And it's really helped me growing as a person, as a father, as a husband. I mean, just every aspect, a son. Um, you know what it's like to fucking support your boys and like really understand what the grind is like when you're helping, little guys cut weight. I've been in the same sauna and same treadmill as some of our featherweights while they were doing it, just to be moral support. And it's like the kind of brotherhood in this shit I feel like is significantly different than any team sport. I mean, granted, I never got to the highest level of football or anything like that, but I mean, I fucking hated half my teammates. And now I love all my boys and we beat the shit out of each other all the time. So it's kind of a crazy flip-flop, but yeah.
Do you get more nervous watching your guys compete than when you actually go out there and do it?
Fuck yeah. Oh my goodness. It's like watching my little brothers or big brothers fight, you know, it's tough. When I watched my dad do it, I used to almost puke, you know, it was fucking tough. I
Absolutely.
mean, I cry for my fights, so whatever.
Do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
It's at least half and half, I'd say. I mean, if you can just push past the mental blocks and actually, show up and perform how you perform in the gym, that's the biggest block for I feel like most guys because there's world beaters in the fucking gym that just for some reason have issues when it comes to the lights.
Absolutely. So your dad, as you're referring to, fought in Bellator. Obviously, had a career in mixed martial arts, nicknamed Concrete as well. For you, was it kind of a no-brainer to join this?
I mean, I was a fat kid, so I didn't know if I always could. You know, I weighed as much as a fucking heavyweight at 13 years old, which is kind of crazy. But um, I always wanted to. The appeal was always there. I trained with my dad when I was younger, just not full on training, but anytime he had a sparring day, like I'd go in there and spar with, fucking they were, not crazy high level UFC guys or anything, but like Jeremy Hamilton's of the sport. He was in Strike Force, Pat Schilling, he was Max Holloway's debut in UFC. And um, I got to grow up with some bad men around me. You know, Brett Rogers was one of my dad's best friends before they ended up fighting. And it's just like I got to watch a lot of high level guys, relatively high level guys do this shit. And especially at that time, it was like yeah, I feel like the glory definitely called to me as well. And then after I lost the weight or started to lose the weight, I was like, fuck it, this is my last opportunity for anything sports related, you know? If I don't do this, I gotta fucking go to my 9 to 5 full time. And I'm a concrete guy, so it's gonna be a tough couple 30, 40 years.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to do it, but fuck, let's try all avenues.
I think many people who watch it in this day and age don't realize, 20, 25 years ago, we were in a different world of mixed martial arts. Back in the
Man,
day, people were calling it the Wild Wild West. I mean, people at one point had called this human cockfighting. It wasn't
yep.
legal in every single state. I've heard guys tell me from maybe 15, 20 years ago, they'd fight mystery opponents. They fight bars,
Yep.
barns, outside, all this crazy stuff. Obviously, your dad may have gone through some of this stuff, but is it crazy for you to see how this sport has grown and evolved to what it is today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because I was only about 4 or 5 when my father had his first couple fights. It was early 2000s, 03, 02. And that was when the commissions weren't involved yet. You know, they're calling people up from the crowd and fucking these random drunk fights and all this other shit. And it's like it's cool that he was able to take place in that, but at the same time, it's like, holy shit, man, you don't know if guys have fucking AIDS, Hep C, whatever. It's just a dangerous game. So I mean, and then for me to be able to knock on the door of the highest level and then to see how all this shit's handled. I mean, I thought LFA was fucking high level in the way that they did things, and just the UFC's higher than that, you know. So it's been pretty cool.
Absolutely. So where were you at when you got this phone call that you were fighting on the Contender Series?
I just got home from work, man. I just had a long 8-hour day and was gearing up to go for a little bike ride or run. And I was actually breaking down my fight for LFA that I had scheduled to my mother-in-law and my lady. And it was just kind of funny. I was like, Lord forbid we knock this motherfucker out and we get a short notice call up to the UFC. And it was my manager with a short notice call up to the UFC. So, you know, this is how stars are made and this is how dreams are fucking, achieved. So you don't really turn down a shot from the UFC. And I was at the tail end of camp anyways. I'm feeling ready to go. I'm not coming off the couch. I'm coming with a full camp. So let's get it.
Absolutely. Just in a couple of days, you're taking on Anthony Guarascio. Guys made a name for himself on the regional scene as well. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent here?
Hey man, he's a power puncher. I feel like he's probably the most athletic power puncher I've faced. But that being said, with all due respect to his opponents, I just feel like he hasn't fought anybody. He's fucking 4-0. His combined opponents record 6-8. Uh, I'm 5-1. My combined opponents record's fucking 24-12, man. I know for a fact I'm battle tested. I know I can endure. and I know I can fucking dish out some punishment. So I'm genuinely excited for this matchup because this is the first non-wrestler I've had in fucking 3, 4 fights.
From a fan's perspective, when I saw this one get announced, I got so
Yeah,
excited. I mean, there's two huge strikers here. We're in a smaller environment in the
yeah.
Apex. Coming into it up here, are we kind of thinking someone's going to sleep?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of the only reasonable thing to think. I've seen a lot of. I mean, I'll be remiss if I said I wasn't looking online. But I see a lot of people think I'm gonna fucking go to sleep real quick. And I'm excited to just show everyone, man, like I've eaten some shots, and don't get me wrong, I don't plan on testing my chin a whole lot on Tuesday. But that being said, it's like this motherfucker hasn't faced a single opponent that gets hit and is willing to be there in his face the whole time. I ain't seen this boy go past 3 fucking minutes. I know for a fact I could fight a 15-minute dog fight, and I'll make it nasty. I know he's coming to do the same. I think he uses 2 weapons out of his fucking 8, and I use all 8. I think it's a dangerous matchup because he likes to crowd his distance, and I like fucking throwing elbows. So I think he's gonna get cut the fuck up.
I think the Contender Series is one of the most unique shows, in all of sports. I mean, it's the perfect job interview. You go in there, there's no walkout music. They don't even say your name. You go in there, your opponent goes in there, you fight, you win, potentially get a contract with the UFC. Do you like this type of intimate environment? Hardly anyone there. Hear the coaches perfectly. You like that?
I mean, I've had gym wars. I'm no fucking, I'm no stranger to that shit. And it's different. I feel like every single step up that I've had has just been insanely different. My first fight was a kickboxing bout in a little, dingy gym out in Fridley, Minnesota. I fought there twice, and then the next step up, I fought at a casino in Minnesota. And then the next step up, I fought at some arena built out in fucking Chicago. And it's just like, and then I got to go to the LFA, and it's just, everything's different at every fucking level. And whatever, this shit's a fucking step down from the chaos of my daily life. I mean, I'm excited that I get to fucking go relax for a little bit, go fight this cocksucker. He, he's and like I don't say cocksucker like I know the guy. I'm just whatever. I hear him running his fucking mouth, and I'm excited to shut his ass up.
Have you thought of that possible moment, after the fight, you 4 other winners beside you, Dana White looking at you and saying, kid, come over here, get your contract?
And fucking A, I'm gonna cry, bro. I get so emotional with all this stuff just because like this is coming from where I've came from and the size that I was. This is just a complete vindication story for me. Um, I feel like it's not real. Just being here, win, lose, or draw. Nobody will ever be able to take this moment from me, and I'll be able to forever share this with my father and my wife and my fucking mother and my big brother, like my coaches and my, Tommy. Um, but when Dana comes over or tells me to get the fuck over there, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna tell him anybody, anywhere. That's been my fucking motto the whole time. I haven't been done any favors coming up. Um, and I don't plan on being done any favors as we move up. I'm ready to go prove to everybody else and myself that I deserve to be in the UFC. And when that first fucking contract fight comes around, I plan on showing everybody why I deserve to stay there.
I think there's a really common recurring theme here with other blue collar guys working the construction industry, stuff like that, making the UFC. They all have a similar attitude, man. They have that dog in them, man. It's that don't be ready when you stay ready, totally mentality. Don't need to get ready when you stay ready. Any place, anywhere, anytime. Having that background in the blue collar world, does that make this stuff easier for you?
Man, I work fucking 8.5 hour days out in the fucking outside in the middle of summer. I mean, concrete season's only about 6, 7 months in Minnesota because we only have, decent weather for that much. I'm rodding off, pulling back fucking 50, 60, 70 yards of concrete a day. I work my ass off, and then after that, I go train with some of the best fighters in the fucking world, and Thomas Peterson, Alvin Hines, and Isaiah Gomez. Hey, man, life is hard. What kind of hard do you want? My tough life has gotten me to this point, and I wouldn't trade anything for it, man. I've been through some shit, but who the fuck hasn't, right? And I think the blue collar boys are just it's another run. DJ Demetrius Johnson was a fucking blue collar boy before he started. I mean, Marab, blue collar boy. Fucking Tommy the Train Peterson, baby. Blue collar boy. Alvin fucking Hines, baby. Blue collar boy. And I think we're making a name for ourselves out in this basement in Minnesota. So, we'll just keep rolling with this blue collar shit and try to put these little fakers out.
What would it mean for you to be able to join those boys and become a UFC fighter?
Oh, I mean the world, man. You're fighting for everything trying to get into the UFC because like, you don't make a whole lot of money on the regional scene. You make money in ticket sales if people want to come support you. And thank God I've had a ton of support and love. Me and Guzzi's crowds have kind of merged over the years. So my support is his support and his support is my support. I'm beyond grateful for that. It's like, you know, it's it's tough because like you said, a lot of the time guys are losing money on it. And all my sponsors too, man. Like I have 10, 12 sponsors that have made this fucking journey so much more manageable because my checks aren't fucking getting garnished and I'm able to feed my family and get to training every day and not be stressing like fuck do I have to go do I have to try to figure out a couple side jobs to make this shit work. Before I came down here I think I had like 120 in my account and then all my sponsorship payments and fucking everything set me up and it's just like to be here fighting for the contract that I'm fighting for. I'm making a lot more than I did in LFA. And once that win money comes in, like that's fucking it's just insane. So, I'm excited to take that next step up too, fighting for, be a prize fighter. Like I feel like we should be.
What do you want your daughter to take away from this journey?
So you can do anything you put your mind to, baby girl. You just gotta fucking do it. You gotta take that first step and believe in yourself. Doesn't matter what anybody says. Keep your head down, work hard, and you'll be able to achieve anything you put your mind to.
Absolutely. So many people are watching this, and I think for the most part, I think the fans have a basic understanding what you guys do. Obviously, training, trying to get the UFC, trying to win belts, get bigger fights, all that stuff. But I think only people see just one part of it. They don't see the fight outside the fight. And to me, that's that fight to not clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, clock out at 5. That's that fight to secure financial freedom. That's that fight not to live life by societal norms, build a platform, do what you want in the world, and make the impact you want on this life. For you, is this part of this journey as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I couldn't agree more, man. I my family have fought their way out of poverty. My parents have, they've given me everything that I've ever needed. So I want to be able to take care of them for a little bit.
Absolutely. Before we wrap things up here, I want to get through some big UFC fights with you and get your prediction to see some of these winners. So we got huge UFC Noche this weekend. We got Gian
Oh
Silva taking on
man.
Diego Lopez. Who wins this one?
I like Silva, but man, Lopez is I like Lopez way more. And like Silva's a beast, but Lopez's story, his emotion when he comes out, and I mean I can't even take that away from Silva. Same thing there. They're both fan favorites. They're both beasts. I just think Lopez is so technical. I think he's gonna edge him out because he's got that dog too. He don't shy away from a dog fight.
Now going down to that 135 division, we got Merab Dvalishvili putting the title on the line. Corey Sandhagen stepping up, another banger.
God, man, it sucks because I didn't like Marab initially, but now I love him. Like the way his attitude about everything and the way he speaks, and then Corey's just a fucking beast. I got I'd like to see Corey as champ. I would like to see Corey as champ. I feel like he gives a lot more fun to the matchups in the top five, top 10. But that being said, I think Marab is probably going to do what Marab does.
That same night, we got a big rematch for that 205 strap. Alex Pereira trying to get that belt back from Ankalaev second time around. What happens?
Dude, that's this weekend.
No, no, no. That's coming up. That's coming up in a couple of
Oh,
weeks.
I was
This
like,
weekend is
holy
Gian
shit.
Silva.
Johnson, okay. Fuck. You know, I I want Pereira to win. I want Pereira to win. Uh, yeah, I'll put my money on Pereira. I love that motherfucker. He's a beast. I like Ankalaev is a monster too. He's so good at everything, but I feel like Pereira's also, well, I don't know, man. It's so tough. It's weird being in this position and saying anything about those guys.
All right, last one here, one that just recently got announced. Islam Makhachev going to 170, trying to add another title, taking on Jack Della. What happens
Oh
here?
my God, really? Fuck. Islam at welterweight sounds scary, especially because of how fucking monstrous he is at 50. Jack's gonna have a fight of his fucking life, that's for sure. But I got my money on Jack. I think seeing him against Bilal was so impressive. Just the anti-wrestling and to be able to fucking rip combos like that without cardio depleting. Woo! Yeah, let's go JDM, man.
Absolutely. We just mentioned some of the biggest names in the sport. When you're but training with some of the big names, when you're watching the big fights on TV, do you get fired up? Do you get motivated from that?
Dude, I'm a fucking psychopath. It's a problem. I get so amped up watching the fights. Especially when I see Tommy or Alvin fight Isaiah. I cry. Like that's I we shed blood, sweat, and tears together, man. And like I just anybody that I fucking train with, it's really difficult not to get super emotional with. I've worn my heart on my I have a fucking stupid little tattoo on my wrist. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a fucking dork. But no, man. This whole thing is just insane. So thank you for your time again. Thanks for having me, brother.
All right, Steven. Last question for you, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome Tuesday night when you fight in the Dana White Contender Series against Anthony Guarascio?
This big bastard's gonna get tired, man. He throws bombs, and like I said, I have good eyes. I feel like I do pretty well, and I'm not gonna go out there trying to take him out in the fucking first. I'm gonna go out there, counter strike his fucking head off, piss him off with a jab, get him to overextend, and elbow his fucking forehead off of his face. Um, I'm looking for a second round TKO, man. He's gonna get impatient. He's gonna overextend. I'm gonna be able to split him open pretty good, and I'm gonna be able to show Dana and everybody else that's talking shit why the fuck I should be in the UFC, man.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Steven, man, thank you so much for taking the time. I know we're only like 2 days away. Probably have much better things to do, but thank you so much, my friend, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Much love, my friend. Thank you for the positivity, kind words, and thank you for your time.
Absolutely. That's it for us tonight. I'm Carl Peruzzi. He's Mr. Steven Asplund taking on Anthony Guarascio. Tuesday night, main event, Dana White Contender Series, Week 5, double league fight fans. This one's going to be nuts. Take care.
Let's get it.